Well, thank you for hanging in there. We are going live. Hey. So this is our first session of drawing with the story Fluffy. Fluffy, You Are a Bird. It's the second. This is the first book by Betty Escobosa, and I'm going to be drawing the second book, illustrating the second book, which introduces a few new characters. So we're just getting set up. We're going to be drawing in just a second. So this is Fluffy with Big Wally and Carlitos, and this is a scene where they're confronting Big Wally. Big Wally's the local bully at the playground. And so I want to take you through and show you a bit about how I constructed a Fluffy as the main character, who's a crow, an adolescent crow or a young crow. The first book was about him really coming to age and learning how to fly. And one of the things I love about the first book, it talks about him being a bird, that he's a bird, he should be able to fly because he's a bird. And it's really this idea of self-identifying as fulfilling the who you are. And so in the second book, he is really looking out for another bird, but that other bird is very strong, and he knows who he is already, and that bird is Carlitos. And so I'm going to take you through and show you just how I came to conceptualizing these characters. Okay, so first off, Kathy Wally was the first illustrator who illustrated Fluffy, You Are a Bird, and they have some really beautiful illustrations that I'm going to show you a few of them right now, which definitely I took inspiration from stylistically, but in the second book we really wanted to emphasize the connection and push the the facial expressions. And one of my favorites is a cover, but you can see it here, of Fluffy, the young Fluffy, with his father, and just lovingly looking up, saying, "Yes, Daddy," trying to fly for the first time. So this is a beautiful example of the first book's illustration. And here is the villain, Varmint, who we also have in this story. Here's Fluffy getting pushed out of the nest for the first time, getting a little shove, a little encouragement from his parents. This is a beautiful scene that Kathy did, where it just shows the other birds being able to fly, and you have Fluffy inside the nest. So, starting off, I definitely wanted to keep to the realism that Kathy brought to the story and the book. And here is one of the preliminary sketches. You can see, trying to stick very close to that realistic style. But Fluffy's now able to fly, still trying to keep all the feathers and the fluffiness there. But he's just a little older now. Here were some initial sketches. Just really thinking how I was going to incorporate the gestures. This is a little older version of Fluffy. And we reworked this to show him just a bit younger. Here's another version where he is just a bit younger. And this was an initial sketch. And here you can see this is a final sketch of the character, puffing up his chest just a bit to let the bully know that they mean business. So as we develop these ideas and these concepts, here you can see Fluffy and Carlitos next to each other. We want to continue to keep the continuity of character. And as you can see, here's the first sketch where Fluffy, I'll make it a little bigger so you can see. So here you can see Fluffy is concerned, but he's concerned and he looks a little thin. So here, made him match the best version of Fluffy that we have. You can see he's tilted his head just a bit, right next to Carlitos, letting him know that he's there for him. He's basically asking and inviting himself to be a friend to Carlitos. So let's go ahead and draw Fluffy in a new scene. This is my studio here at the church, Well of Life. Youth minister here. Do a lot of community advocacy in the area. Always inviting folks to be a part of what we're doing. If you know any bird lovers, please spread the word. I'd love to get some bird experts in the chat talking about the story. I'd rather have them comment and give me advice before I finish the book, so I can incorporate their advice. So please share this. We're going to be streaming every Tuesday, and this is kind of introduction to what's going on, but we're going to be drawing and just going back and forth on the story and working on the story. So would love to have you join us. We're going to be streaming at Cultivating Growth Facebook page. You can also find it on Cultivating Growth YouTube. So YouTube/Cultivating Growth. And like I said, every Tuesday around 5 o'clock Western Pacific time. That way we can go for about a half an hour to an hour of drawing and answering some of your questions. And if you like the music, go ahead and let me know. If you want the name of one of the songs, it's all copyright-free audio. You can find on YouTube, but I can go ahead and let you know the name of them. All right. And please feel free to write in the comments, and I go ahead and check those every once in a while. But we're going to start off with doing a little sketch of